Right, YouTube. Well, not sure how this is going to work. Trying out the new tripod with the camera. Make sure the flash isn't covered by the bracket. I'm not so much having a kit change around, but I ain't been out for a while for an overnighter. Bag's been ready to go for so long. It always goes back in the same place. But some things have changed recently, and possibly got snow on the way, because a lot of the country's got snow at the moment. So I thought I'd just tweak it a little bit to suit my needs more, i.e. I need to camp in the snow if we get snow. Failing that, I'm going to go out next week anyway. Don't know where yet, but I'm going to have a night out because I need it, want it. So yeah, what I've done is, well, firstly, I got this a couple of weeks ago. So I took out all my BCB bottles and alloy bottles. 1, 2, 3 litres there, 3 litres here. And I can just attach this to the bag, use this in the van, on the back of the van, or on my bike, multi-purpose. I could use the bottles for other things, but don't know, I just wanted one, finally got around to getting one. Waited about 2 years, like. So that's the first change. The first change was sorting out the water system. Instead of having bottles of water everywhere, I normally like this method because I have them all lined up on camp, and when they're empty I put them elsewhere so I can physically see and monitor how much water I've got. And these two are generally my emergency bottles, which when I run out of water I've got one for camp and one for the way home, but generally these are for other people. I've gave these out, well, filled up other bottles for other people with these more than I've ever used them. I've never really sort of dabbled into these, but I don't need to worry about that because I've still kept one DCB bottle in there with with the cup set. Yeah, that's it. Got the cup set, the metal pan, plastic cup, and the BCB bottle. So that'll be my sipping water while walking, and then that'll be the emergency water. And I'll just totally rely on the 3 litres, plus we've got water filtration system which we won't go into. So instead of having all the bottles in the webbing, which is what I used to use, you know I like having the weight spread around my body, and this on my waist is better than it being on my back was. Now I have this. Anyway, so yeah, mesh tin and my new gasifier's in there. The old gasifier's coming out because it's huge. Homemade, loved it, brilliant, worked well. So the gasifier's in there with a mess tin, room for food in there as well. And yeah, I've took out a basher from the bag. I normally have 2 bashers in there. Got one in there, and then my cordage is in there, my cordage pouch, which you've seen before. Cordage and pegs. So as soon as I get to camp, I can have a sip of water, get the basher up, and we're on our way. Right, so that's it. So the bashers came out of the compression bag, and in the compression bag I've put my fleece sleeping bag liner. I've only used it once, but since I gave away my Czech Army bedroll, I think it's time to add it to the bag again. So in here, this is just my sleeping bag really. Sleeping bag, basher and hammock. So that's where I'm going to sleep, under the basher in a hammock with my sleeping bag. If it gets cold, which I generally don't, the sleeping bag I've got is nice, I love it, but I can use that. I used it before as an underquilt. I can lay in it, I can put it over me, or I think for about a year I carried it, I just used it as a pillow. So that's going to get added to the Bergen. The only other thing that's in the Bergen, apart from the sleep stuff, because obviously when I get to camp I leave this bag closed, don't open it until I'm going to sleep. All I've got in here is at the front, behind the flag, yeah, waterproof trousers. I wear a waterproof coat, so that doesn't matter. That's in the van. So the waterproof close to hand. My first aid kit clips onto the rocket pouches, so that's external too, in case I need it. And then my trusty roll mat sheet, round sheet I've had for decades, that goes on top of the bag. And oh look, loads of little stuff falling off it. Then I've got my clothes bag, which I've got to sort out, because in a carrier bag downstairs is my softies and body warmer. I took them out the other day. I've got a fleece in there to go with the body warmer and whatever clothes I'm wearing. Northern Ireland gloves, just swear by. And oh yeah, the bag, the original bag for the fleece sleeping bag liner. I just keep the mosquito net in there. I only need it, you know, in the summer, but I carry it anyway. Plus, that's a small bag, and it's handy to shove stuff in to use as a pillow. So yeah, the gloves, my woolly hat and my hat scarf thing are over there. I've been wearing them recently, so they're going to go in here with that. So I've got that on the side of there. The other rocket pouch I'll show you in a minute to go on the other side, and then I wear the webbing. That's it. It's all a bit of a mess, but I'll bring you in closer. So that's going on the bag, that's coming out of the kit, that's coming out of the kit, that's coming out of the kit. As the webbing, and this is my other rocket pouch, which is an admin pouch. It's got first aid written on there because it's great for first aid. But you know, I've normally got torches and glow sticks in here, but I've took them all out. I just don't need them. I've got my EDC AA metal LED torch, which normally sits in there, but this time of year it just stays on my EDC. Insect repellent, I don't need this time of year, but I don't like swapping stuff in and out my bag for seasons. I'd rather carry it all. Knife, fork and spoon, 2 long spoons, flint and steel. There's paper filters in there for my water purification thing, squashed up toilet roll, wind protector thing for the stove, wipes, work gloves, head torch, a couple of hot chocolates, only because they're fudge. Oh wow, Sly likes fudge. Vaseline, penny stove, mess burner, mess, water filter. The battery bank, the AA battery bank, AAA battery bank is in the van at the moment. That's a solar panel that works in conjunction with it. Just a backup emergency for headlight, phone charging. Binocs, saw, knife, sugar, slug repellent. I only use them once, I'll always carry them though, always. Coffee and powdered milk. Oh, and more bug repellent things. So that's my admin pouch. So when I get to camp, I get my gloves on, I've got my saw, my knife, blah blah blah. And that's going to go on the other side of the Bergen. So with a bit of magic, I'm going to attach it all back together. Now I've changed a couple of things, and I'll come back to you in a moment. Right, so there we go. Now the softies are in there with my neck scarf, my double fleece hat, body warmer, NI gloves, and fleece. That's sort of all I need for the cold. Obviously I'll have normal clothes on. The fleece sleeping bag liner is also handy to sit on by the fire, you know, put it over your legs, wrap it around you, whatever. So yeah, that's the, well, we'll call it a bug out bag, but you know, I'm a wild camper. So that's the bag. It's looking a bit funny on camera at the moment, mainly because none of the DPM actually matches. And then of course the webbing. It's going to be strange. That's not as heavy as it normally is, with 1, 2, 3, 4 litres of water in it. It's only going to have a litre in there. It's a bit lighter than I'm used to. And I'm going against what I normally say is I don't like too much weight on my back. And I can just clip this with carabiners on here, first aid kits on there, on the outside, on the back, so other people can access it. So you don't have to say, oh hang on a minute, let me just take my bag off, let me just dig down my bag. You can turn around and say, there it is. Clips either side, you know, it comes off. So yeah, I can just clip this on there. Yeah, I know a lot of people put bladders between the rocket pouches, or there's a space in the Bergen for it, but honestly, well, I couldn't get anything in there, let alone a 3 litre bladder. I wouldn't get a sheet of paper in there at the moment, on either side. Got all this crap that's fell out Hoover today. All this has just came out of my bag. And the flash is being blocked by the bracket on the camera. Right, so there we go. What mainly sparked off this video today was maintenance on the van. I've done some antenna maintenance yesterday. Winter maintenance. That's why I like all soft stuff in my bag, because you can lean on it. You don't want to be leaning on a mess tin or squashing your stove. Yeah, done some antenna maintenance on the van twice a year. You should really maintain any antennas, whether it's CB, PMR or whatever. Nothing major on the van. Between the roof and the bracket there was a tiny bit of rust, so I cleaned it all off. It hadn't actually eaten through the paint, it was just there. So I wedged Vaseline in there, screwed the brackets down, caked it in Vaseline, so that's that done. And then thought, you know, maintenance on the bag. Hence the water swap out, only because that's a new feature. And add the fleece sleeping bag liner, obviously just to replace, but it's not going to replace the Czech Army bedroll, because that thing's amazing, but you know, it'll work with conjunction with the sleeping bag. So yeah, the webbing's been changed now. I haven't got all the water in there like I normally have. Apart from that, the configuration stayed the same. Yeah, a lot of people don't like pouches and pockets, they like one big bag. I like that load-out bag you unzip. It's like a big camera bag with OCD sections all through it. I'd love one of those, have everything in a little section, but you know, pouches do for me. It's not an expensive bag, but I do like it. Short fat Bergen. And yoke and webbing. And if need be, I can just wear that on the front of me with the Bergen on the back. Right, well, I'm not going to go on too much any longer. That's enough for you lot. This is going to take a month to upload. So there's the, we'll call it a bug out bag. Stealth camp bag. It would be a lot smaller and lighter, but if you subscribe to me the past few years, you'll see that I don't take stuff out. I don't change it for the seasons. I should do. I don't need to take this, that and the other all the time, but you know, even in the summer you get cold nights, so I leave all my winter clothes in there. The second bash is great for the summer and for winter. Backup for the hammock, great for emergencies. Or if someone you're with there's fail, you know, bashes aren't exactly heavy. So yeah, I do carry 2 bashes, and I'm glad I've got the option to do that. And yeah, I'm not going to say either, well, this has to go here or this has to go there, because I haven't used it yet, so I'm not going to say this is where it goes, this is what works for me or how I'm doing it, because I don't know until I've been out for the weekend and tried it. I'm not one of these people that put a bag together and say this is how it should be done. It's like, dude, go out for the weekend and see how it works. Great, the clips are the same as what I've got, so I can clip it on there, or clip it on there, or get a dog and strap it to the dog. Yeah. Right, anyway, I'm Wow Sly, that's my video. All this stuff's going to go in storage now with the rest of the crap. One last look at this. Look, my old gasifier, that thing was awesome, worked a treat, and I love it, and I'm going to miss that. So let's hope the new one is as good, because that was my baby, and I like it. Right, catch you all later, YouTube.